Oh, Lionel Richie is dancing on the ceiling. But just not.
Right.
Hey, when the beat drops. Hey, when the beat drops. When the beat drops. Hey, when
You guys have like a slow vibe tonight.
When the beat drops. When the beat drops.
And round and round we go.
Girl.
You know what? I think that's smart to start off with a slow vibe because nothing about our shows are ever a slow vibe. Like we need to just have like a calm moment and then
calm,
just a bit of
the storm.
Yes.
Exactly, the calm before the storm. So welcome everyone to another episode of Not Your Typical Girl Talk. As usual, we have quite the stories for you, some funnier than others, and I'm really going to try to get through the second segment because two of the funniest stories are in the second segment, so make sure you're sticking around for that. But before we get into the foolishness on the internet, we're going to introduce ourselves in alphabetical order.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk. My name is Garcia. I'm excited to be here tonight. As Toshiba was saying, we try to make sense of the foolishness on these internets. And our show, thanks to Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio, replays every Saturday at 7 Eastern Time. So check us out on internet radio. And Telly, what's going on, my friend?
Ooh, girl, I say it every week. There's too much going on. Too much that makes your head spin. Hi, everyone. It's your girl, Telly. I'm a proud member of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. Once again, we are here again with some absurd foolishness. Because we ourselves are trying to understand what the hell is going on up in her. It is not good in the hood. It's good in our hood. It's just not in everyone else's hood. That's what we're going to talk about. You know what? Shiva girls. Tell them who you are.
I am Shiva. They call me Shiva. I am the final female member of this amazing crew. And before we go on, my partner in crime and in life is going to introduce himself.
It is Mr. Robbie 3 times, and I am unfortunately here to represent men today, even though I am highly disappointed with them, as I was just talking with Sheba, after we revealed that $3.8 billion was paid out to OnlyFans creators last year. And I'm just highly disappointed in my guys.
During the pandemonium, when people never have no money and stimulus checks and people that depend on serve and everything else.
Almost $4 billion for OnlyFans, though, so something was going on. And I'm like, no wonder these girls run around acting stank, because they all millionaires now.
And we said that. And that is some introductory foolishness on the internet. But maybe the OnlyFans creators will be the one who's going to be paying the price to meet the artists we're going to be talking about. And you know I love an old school. Rob and I are always talking about our musical thing in the car. It's a battle because he likes this new school rap and hip hop. And I'm like, oh, butterfly for that. However, this artist, I think, I'm not sure who's booking him on tours, but he's got quite the ass for those who want to come and see him. And I'm talking about Bow Wow. Bow Wow apparently is going on a tour, and Bow Wow is offering his amazing fans the opportunity of their lifetime. And I'm going to tell you what he's offering and then how much you are going to pay for that opportunity. So Bow Wow's Diamond Package is the ultimate hang with Bow Wow, a 30 to 45-minute personal hang and tour conducted by Bow Wow. Now, only 10 fans. So you're going to be an exclusive category of fans. So only 10 fans are allowed to be here. And then if this is in each city, then we'll get a behind-the-scenes look at the backstage area, the lounge, the tour bus, and more. You also have a personal meet and greet and photo with Bow Wow. Attend his pre-show VIP lounge party. You will also get a digital download of your meet and greet with Bow Wow, a souvenir VIP laminate and lanyard, a commemorative VIP hoodie. You'll also get an exclusive drawstring bag. And last but not least, early merchandise shopping with special items available for sale only to VIP guests. And how much would you ladies pay for that amazing?
I paid zero.
Okay,
I
so
zero.
I remember when we talked about this in our planning call.
Ciao.
And I said that literally, unless it was like a historical music figure, like it would have to be historical, right? I would pay to go see them in that sense, in a VIP experience. But, you know, the most I would pay to see an artist, not Bow Wow, but one that I'm about, I would, you know, $200. I'd be like, okay. And I wouldn't mind sharing that experience with 20 or 30 other people. It wouldn't have to be 10. You know, I'm not out here trying to spend thousands of dollars to do this sort of stuff.
Well, we're going to take your 200 and we're going to multiply that by 5 because Bow Wow is asking $1,000 for the experience.
For a lanyard and a drawstring bag? And I'm sorry, y'all. Look, y'all, I'm going to go off for a minute. A lanyard. He's making a big deal about a piece of plastic you hang around your neck. And then a drawstring backpack. And let's talk about how long this tour is. Or well, the tour won't be that long anyway. But him showing the people around for half an hour. Where is he performing then? In someone's backyard? Where is this taking place? And the 10 people, that's pretty much the majority of everyone that's going to be there. Come on now, Bow Wow. He's had an album out since when? 2006?
Yeah, like
Bow Wow.
When was his last new music?
His baby mama is more famous than him. Like, Bow Wow. $1,000?
This is baby mama?
Joy, isn't it Joy?
Yeah, Joy. She's more famous than him. Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow, you just don't know the way you move. I make it run through my mind like all the time to the point that
I would pay $1,000 to see Bow Wow and Orlando Brown in a celebrity boxing match.
Please do not waste our $1,000.
That would be entertaining.
That would be entertaining. Way better than a lanyard and a drawstring.
I pay $1,000 to see that.
Do not waste our $1,000. That's our money. Do not waste our money. $59.95 to see it on a whatever, the cable channel.
You know, you said
pay-per-view.
Oh,
listen, Bow Wow, and listen, Bow Wow. Listen, he was mad that we were mad at the $1,000. He said, listen, he got hits. Bow Wow responded saying he got hits. So y'all need to be paying this money because he's been around for 20 years and he got hits.
I want a picture of that crowd.
A crowd of 100 people?
I want
It's a small
the 10 people and his like assistant.
I pay $1,000 for a picture and a 1-paragraph bio on everybody at that show. Because I'm curious. Who spent their money
to go see Bow Wow.
The way the world is going right now.
Bow Wow.
But again, Rob just made a good point in the beginning of the show. If $3.8 billion was brought out and to do OnlyFans, then people clearly have $1,000 to go see Bow Wow. Like, so you know what, Bow Wow, do you, boo?
But who's gonna go? Like, do you guys know anyone that's still a fan of Bow Wow?
All the OnlyFans creators, they got extra money to see Bow Wow. They got $1,000.
That don't make sense.
They got $1,000. They got paid out $3.8 million. So the OnlyFans creators can go because it ain't me.
I don't know if they like him like that, but
I don't know either.
People, like, influencers would probably get that money before Bow Wow.
No, because if you're like 25, 26.
You don't know who Bow Wow is?
You don't know who Bow Wow is.
Or maybe.
You know him from that movie with Tiana Taylor. When
Right.
Yeah, the lottery ticket.
Yeah, the lottery film. Yeah.
Right.
And even if you do know him, and even knowing him doesn't mean, like, I know Martha Stewart, but I'm not going to pay $1,000 to go meet Martha Stewart.
No, Martha Stewart. What?
All the people that I would pay that money for are dead.
Thank you. Anybody I would have paid that type of money to see is dead. Whitney, Michael, Prince, Luther, and alive. I spent about half of that and paid about $500 to go meet and greet Beyonce because I love me some Beyonce.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'll meet Beyonce and Rihanna.
Yeah, Beyonce and Rihanna.
I'll meet them.
That's what I like about it
because they're still relevant. This is the same Bow Wow that got mad at BET for not giving him a lifetime achievement.
Yes, he wanted a lifetime achievement award.
He's not Janet Jackson.
He was mad that he didn't get one, and then he said, "Look at my body of work. Look what I've done for the culture." That's what the man.
Well, Bow Wow, listen, good for him. You get the money, Bow Wow. It's hard in these streets. You gotta do what you gotta do. You got child support to pay. You got things going on. Do you, Bow Wow? You get your money.
What Bow Wow needs to do is find RSVP. He needs to hook up with Ray J and join the group somehow. Add another letter to the RSVP. Bow Wow. I don't know. RSVP.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to be the rapper in RSVP.
Right?
Pleasure P is not it. Because Pleasure P is not really much of a rapper. Like, he's supposed to be a crooner. So, I'm telling you, Bow Wow, he's going to be the B, RSVP, and B, and he's going to be the rapper. But you know what? You're so smart, Kelly. That's what you're going to do. That is fact.
It's a group effort. It's a group effort. We're all out here giving these celebrities ideas. We need to be their consultants. That's what they need. They need to start paying the crew here. That's what they need to start doing, hiring us to help them with their foolishness.
Rob said no, he's not. He said no. Well, someone who said no recently to their child's mother is our friend, and we hope one day who will be a fan of the show, and that's Cam Newton. So, Cam Newton's ex-girlfriend, Kia Proctor, alleges he has not paid any of the utility bills agreed to pay in their temporary agreement. Now, let's see what Miss Proctor has to say. So, she says, NFL player Cam Newton is being dragged back into court for allegedly failing to pay the utility bills at the home of his ex-girlfriend, Kia Proctor. According to court documents, Kia is accusing Cam of not paying the utility bills at her home, which he agreed to do. The two had a temporary agreement that ordered Cam to pay for the power, water, and cable. However, Kia claims he hasn't paid anything and ignores her request for the payments. She's asking for the judge to find him in contempt. According to Kia, from September 2020, which is in the height of COVID, to July 2022, she racked up $5,500 in cable expenses, $6,600 for the internet, $4,725 in power charges, and another $4,532 for gas. The total comes to $21,357. In addition, she wants Cam to pay her $2,000 to cover her legal bills for having to drag him into court. It is good to know that currently Cam is paying her $14,268 per month in child support for their 4 kids.
Brittany Renner need to call Kia Proctor immediately.
Well, technically, there's 4 kids. According to people on the internet, there are 4 kids. So how dare we judge her because she had to have his 4 kids and is only getting a measly $4,260 according to the women on the internet.
What?
Yes, those
She's
were
getting what?
14,000, a measly 14,268. Would you like me to read some of the comments?
Oh, please do. Yes, girl. I'm here for it. I am here for them comments. Let's listen.
Let's take like 3 comments.
Let's listen and
Let's
learn.
see some of the comments here.
Brokenness defending gluttony.
Hold on.
Dustiness.
Someone said never. They said this is a funny one. Never allow someone to leave you high and dry like this. Secure your own damn self. So apparently $14,268 a month is leaving someone high and dry. Another one says, somebody's smart. They said, no, you aren't married and he's on child support paying $14K plus education a month. Live off what you have or get a job. That was a smart one. Now, another person says, another reminder to never rely solely on another person, even more so when it comes to you and your kids' livelihood. I always tell my girlfriends, married or not, to make sure you can afford XYZ before agreeing to have kids, because anything can happen. Not because of cases like this, but also because your partner could suddenly be unable to provide, or worst case past. Gotta think past those feelings and think long term about your life. $14,268 is not struggling. I continue. This is another one. This is the last one I'm gonna read. Some of y'all can tell her to get a job y'all want. He at some point chose to be with this woman and was completely okay with contributing to this lifestyle and kept having kids with her. If it's in the agreement, he's supposed to do it, period. God forbid y'all have kids by a man and he decides when he will and won't help you. And for those that can't read, those bills were over the course of almost 2 years. So apparently he's deciding when he can and cannot help her, despite paying $14,268 a month. She's not suing for the child support. She's suing him for the cable bills and the water bill and the light bill and the internet bill. That is it.
Who's her provider? Where did she get these numbers from? The math isn't mathing.
Yeah, I do want to, first of all, take a look at these bills.
What?
That the costs just seem
absurd.
I mean, Canada, as you know, especially Shiva, it's expensive here.
Very.
And even with the expensive phone bill, cable, internet, all rolled into one with one company, it still doesn't come up to the numbers that she's claiming for cable.
No.
Like, I know that she is obviously living an exuberant lifestyle. We can tell. However, girl.
He's already paying over like $14,000 in child support. And she's coming after him for
what
more
are these
money
kids
for the
doing for extra curriculars? Like
they're doing nothing. They're
on
on
the
the
cross.
internet. They're on the internet. Her kids are on the internet and watching cable. And I get it. It was COVID. She has, well, technically she has 5 kids. Because 4 are Cam's and the 5th one is hers from a previous relationship.
Right.
And I read an article where she was not pleased that Cam did not marry her despite her having 1, 2, 3, 4 kids with him, and him saying that he wasn't ready for that step in the relationship, but somehow she was ready to continue to have kids with him. But I digress.
Oh, you only got control over the sex part. But, so he pays more than most people make in a year.
Yes.
To her in child support.
Yes.
And she's still having financial issues?
No, because according to her, he agreed to pay her cable and her internet and her utilities, so he's supposed to pay it. She wants to recoup the money because she had to pay it out of the child support.
Oh,
because remember, child support's also living expenses, right? Like,
right.
not just for child, it's for to live. I mean, her children are living in the house that she lives in, and they are the ones consuming the internet and the cable, one would assume, and turning on the lights in the house. But Cam is responsible for that because he helped her father the kids. I mean, are you not seeing the logic? Is the logic not logicking to you?
Oh, but the trigger is triggering.
The trigger is triggering.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, I'm with the people that are like, go get a job. If this was any other woman who was married, got a divorce, had kids, and, you know, her husband was like, here, this is the child support, whatever, and she still wants to live a lifestyle, she still wants those Gucci handbags and whatnot, it's like, okay, I'm just going to go out now and use that education that I got back in the day, and I'm going to go out and get a job like normal. I mean, people work. There's no shame in working.
No.
Garcia, the problem is you said the dirty word.
Oh.
Marriage. They were never married. She just kept popping out children. Even though he told her, I read several articles, I went to digging, because I was like, I need to know more about what the hell is going on. Because people wanted to come for him in the comments. I couldn't even read you all the comments. People were coming for him. It's his fault because he went up there. And he told her, he did an interview where he said specifically, I told her I did not want marriage. She wanted something I did not want. And she decided to move on. Or as people said, he cheated on her, and so she was forced to move on. Whatever the case might be, but that was a choice she made. So therefore, she made a choice to continue to have children with a man. I'm assuming that I'm going to repeat it. Kids do not make relationships better. They actually make them worse, especially for women, because we are the ones who are left to take care of these children even when you're together. Even when you're together, as the mother, you're the one who's left at home. Your husband can go after work and do happy hours with his friends, and you got to take care of these sniffling little kids. So kids do not, especially when you have 1, 2, 3, 4 back to back to back. Sorry, girl.
Yeah.
And you know what? Can I just take a moment to make sure this PSA is out there so that people understand? Unless you got married, you have no rights to spousal support.
All of that.
Like, I'm sorry. I know, and I keep on hearing these stories. We talk a lot about this foolishness on here where women are like, well, I'm supposed to get more money because I had 3, 4 kids with this guy. And it's like, okay, but you obviously did not plan to build a family together, or you would have
required marriage.
Yeah, it sounds like she needs more money to help support her new boyfriend.
And
facts.
So
Facts.
And we're done.
Facts.
Someone who is going to be having a new boyfriend is the woman in this clip. After, there's just certain things you don't necessarily say about your wife when you're trying to fix your marriage. And I think this man learned his lesson on, please don't ever say this about me. Okay.
Well, I'm going to say this. She is a lousy. Number one, because... No.
Are you serious? No. What you're not going to do, not in my courtroom. Seriously, I will throw you the hell out of here. You will never call a woman that in my courtroom. You don't come in here and disrespect me. Sir, you will respect me if you're not going to respect her. Don't you ever come into a public place like that and call a black woman a lousy in front of another black woman. How were you raised?
Now let me also add that Michael Connors, 32 from St. Louis, Missouri, says he wants to save his relationship. So that's not clear. Those were the words
So
of a man
unclear.
who wants to save his relationship by calling his wife a lousy
bee.
A lousy bee.
Yes.
Oh my.
Damn.
On national television.
Right?
Wow.
Damn.
He wants to say, guys, did you feel like that was a plea for a saving of her? Come on, guys.
That was a plea for
That was a plea for him to want to ruin the relationship and drive it straight down to the pits of fiery hell.
The best part for me is when he really then tried to be like, well, hold on, let me explain. Like, he wanted to down the reason she was allowed to go.
He's going to pull out the chart and the chalkboard, like, oh, let's see, y'all.
Drawing a diagram.
Let me just pull up my PowerPoint.
Right? Oh, dear God.
Listen, I would have been did not say that Mr. Connors here says he wants to save the relationship, and he goes into divorce court and says in front of a judge, well, I want to save my relationship, but let's put it on record that my wife is a lousy bitch.
He about to be the only man in TV history to end up in jail for contempt of court on TV court.
TV court.
Because if he would have said that in real court, the beggar would have stepped behind him like, yeah, you go to jail, you go to judge. Like, black judge,
a black female judge.
You know she's about to lock you up for that, right?
That was a lot. So, gentlemen, if you're going to try to save your marriage, you probably want to stray away from calling your wife a lousy bee.
Like the lousy was crucial enough.
Right?
Right? He had to throw in a profanity after.
That was still pretty harsh. That would have did it.
No, but he doubled down.
When you said she's a lousy, it sounds like you a pimp and like she just ain't working them blocks hard enough or something like that. Robert.
And this is where I think and we go into Robbie because I'm Robert. Listen,
that vernacular was harsh.
No, that was. I couldn't imagine you going somewhere and saying, "I really want to save our relationship with Sheba, but let's just put it on record that she's a lousy bitch."
Girl. What? That's how you save a relationship?
Yeah, and you said it in front of her, in front of the judge and a national TV audience.
You know what?
People.
But guys, I bet you.
Quickness too, boy. You're just like, oh, I'm certain she's heard worse around the house.
Clearly.
If
he comes on
said
TV,
you want to save it. Like, girl, you know I love you. Your lousy ass.
And so,
You know what though? I bet you he knows that guy who's a life coach and wrote that love letter to his fiance saying you're not that pretty, you're not that great looking, but I love you anyway. This is gonna be that man's future right here.
That makes a ton of sense. You are correct, ma'am. He probably does indeed know that. So we're gonna just get into our 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times, where he's gonna have fun with this segment because the next segment we're definitely gonna have more fun. So let's start with my friend and yours, Bow Wow, and go.
Rawi, here's my advice. If I was in charge of your camp, I would be looking to make a gritty, hard-hitting drama like Mike 2, and it would be the story of what happened to the little boy from Like Mike as he grew up in Atlanta, and now he's like 32, and he got 4 kids and 4 baby mamas. So it would be like a real life. Yeah, because nobody's going to pay him to do music. Like, real right now? Like, nobody's paying Bow Wow to do music. But I would pay to sit there, and he might be able to, like, he might be a better actor than we realize. So that would be my suggestion. Like, just go into a different lane because I don't know what. Lil Wayne somebody, and no.
Oh God. My part.
And this one just,
Honestly.
this story bothers me so much. I'm gonna rein myself in for the sake of the show. But $14K a month, and she's still trying to take him to the shed. Like, didn't Cam just sign with like the Commanders? Like, yo, that's kicking a man when he's down. Like, the league playing with Cam, like he barely, he's on the edge of the starting list of starting quarterbacks. He probably only making like 2, 3, here, look at me, only. He's probably making 2, 3 million this year, but that's a far cry from that 20 and 23 and stuff he was pulling down back in the day. And which ain't that long ago, but $14K a month, like, you are a travesty, woman. Like, what are you raising, thoroughbred horses around there or something like that? Like, I could see them type of expenses for stallions. Like that. Well, I mean, feed is expensive, but I know picnic, no. That is ain't no children in the world like that.
Oh God.
Harry and Meghan kids don't cost $14K a month.
Oh my goodness.
Our friend here.
Oh, Michael Connors. Man, like this dude is crazy. That's all I'm saying. Like what St. Louis? Yeah, they wild in St. Louis. And he's look at he dapper. And St. Louis is still home with some strong pimps. I think that's my diagnosis, actually. Now, look, this man came on in the suit. He clean. He didn't wear his jewelry now because he ain't want to totally throw it away or whatever. But the vernacular gave him away. When he said she's a lousy B, I was like, oh, yeah. She not putting that money in his hand like he's supposed to. Because that's the only justification I can find for feeling that strongly about, like,
saving your marriage.
yeah.
And
I'm here for it.
She just
Robert, and we move on. Garcia, talk to the people that are
Yes. Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We are here trying to make sense of the foolishness on these deep, dark internets. And we want to thank Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio, for replaying our show on Saturdays. Yes, we are on internet radio, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Check us out on Radio Regent. And let's move on with the rest of the show because we just need to get there.
So trying to read this to Rob took me 5 times the other day. And so I'm hoping I can get through this. However, if this is true, what I'm about to read, it's going to make me the happiest person ever because the king, our king, is alive. And he is alive on Instagram. People, Michael Jackson is out here DMing people, y'all.
Girl,
Michael
Shimon.
is back.
Shimon.
Let me tell you what the real Michael Jackson 1111 has to say to the people. And he says, I'm going to show you this. It says, hey.
It's Michael Jackson. I'm messaging you from a private. I'm not really dead. Can you cash at me $600 so I can come back to the United States and put out more music? No, they actually put the he. There's a shot.
That solidifies the whole thing.
So
Obviously, MJ is back, y'all. Listen, come on. The king of pop is back.
So he just came back.
No, it's been what?
I'm not really dead.
It's 13 years.
13 years and he pops up.
Inflation been crazy while I was gone. And 600 is sorted out. How he
600
I'm shocked.
How is he outside the country and he's gonna get back in? Where he Mexico? That's Mexico or Canada is the only places that $600 can bring him back to the United States.
Oh my
$600.
Listen,
USD.
Michael said cash app him. Listen, I don't
Cash app him.
But I might have to go half because I need some new music. I mean, Michael's got 59 followers and 417 posts.
And that's all right. That's all right because it's a sign. So people are starting to understand, yes, this is the real Michael Jackson. This is him.
This is his private
The
account.
he.
It's
Who
his
else is
private
the
account.
he?
Michael said, I don't need a blue check. This is my private account. This is my personal private account.
Yes.
I mean, it's got his picture.
His picture says it all.
I mean, it's his picture, so.
His picture says it all.
Not recent, but like,
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I cannot. I don't even have any more to say. I have nothing. I mean,
And you know what the sad part is?
guaranteed it.
I'd love to know. I'd love to know how many people started DMing this man. Being, oh, I knew you weren't dead. I knew it.
And
I'm
sent
gonna send you
$600.
right
I'm gonna look him up right now.
This man's gonna get killing right now, all right?
It's either that or his inbox got flooded with demo tapes. Like, just flooded. Are you
I'm
gonna
looking-
make no more music, Mike? I got you.
I'm looking up Michael's private account as we speak. The real Michael Jackson 1111. Let's find him. Oh, listen, Michael had to change his account because it got, so they added more ones though. So, now Michael got found out. It's still the he. So here is Michael's new account, but it still says the he. So
It still has the he.
and now Michael is private because listen, so he
Invite only.
this was supposed to be a secret, and somebody busted the secret, and now Michael had to go back undercover.
Invite only.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh my God!
So we'll never get. Well, what about the music though? I was looking forward to like Thriller Part 2.
He's letting get back from Canada, so you guys need to be watching out because clearly
I gotta keep a
Michael is
lookout.
walking around Toronto somewhere, and you got to
My
make
eyes are on the
sure.
street.
Please look out for him because honestly, we need some new music from Michael Jackson. So thank
No
you,
problem. I'm
Michael.
gonna get on my phone right now. We're gonna call the Six God Drake and just let him know. Listen.
Yeah, Drake might know where he is.
Drake might know where he is. He's probably housing him right
He's
now.
probably
As we speak.
hiding at Drake's house.
Probably is. Yep.
So we will move on though, but we are happy the king will be returning with new music.
Yes.
Someone who's not gonna have a home
Oh
is
dear.
this young lady who will be returning from vacation with slightly new situation, and I'm calling this City Boys Up. And I'm gonna let Robert read it and digest it for a moment. Before I go ahead, because I know he's gonna have something to say. I'm gonna read it. Are you gonna read it? Okay, thanks, babe.
My neighbor caught his girlfriend cheating. Never said anything. Waited until she went on her trip with her friends and gave all her shit to Goodwill. Excuse me. He's breaking his lease Monday and moving into his new apartment Friday. And when she comes back next Tuesday and she don't know, you know what? Currently helping him move, laughing out loud, buddy paying me $200.
City Boys
is on the rise. Like
1,000.
Listen.
He said, he said not, because you imagine that planning that required. Because he probably also paid for the trip that she's on.
I'm sure he did.
Oh,
yeah.
And that's so much better. Like I was watching it was a long-winded, I guess he was a former YouTuber. He was talking about what happened in his marriage. They were young, she was messing around with her trainer, the way he found out was kind of messed up. And my boy obviously had a lot of guilt, or I'm gonna be a good man, or even. So after he forgave her, like you cut him off, she didn't do that.
Oh, she didn't cut off the trainer.
And when he found out about that, he was so furious. He said, I'm going to get you a hotel room for 2 or 3 days so you can go think about our relationship.
Oh, that's generous. So he's still
very generous.
That's very generous.
Very generous. Too generous.
This man said, I'm good. So she's going to come home on Tuesday, put the key in, call the landlord, only find out, like, it's done. She has no home.
She has to call the guy she was cheating with and basically throw herself at his mother. Because if she's like the girl that got flued out, talking about what about my ticket back and all that stuff. Like, look, I know guys have done a terrible job of demonstrating, but cheating is usually for financially able people. That's why the world is so messed up, because people ain't got lint in their pockets, but they cheating. And
that part.
You are worried about all the
that part.
Things. First off, you're worried about so much is wrong with that scenario. Because historically, cheating has been for people with means.
Facts.
And bruh obviously didn't get caught with his pants down because he was ready to break his lease. He probably bust down whatever he had to pay them. He paid his deposit, paid his boy $200. Like, he's up there with the guy that tore his house down after the divorce. Like, they you know, city boys is being very petty and would rather just, you're not getting over like that no more.
And my question is, sis, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Because clearly, I'm going to go with the fact that he seems to be the breadwinner here.
Girl.
Because if he can easily break a lease and pay, because breaking a lease is hard.
2-3 grand.
It's 2-3 grand. Trust me, we have our lease, and because we were thinking about moving out of state, and we're like, oh damn, it's like a month and a half worth of rent, and you know what I'm saying? So a decent place, you're looking at about 2, 3, sometimes 4 grand to break the lease. Then he had to get security deposit and the first month's rent for the new place, and now she is ish out a lot because she's on the breadwinner. Like, that's silly.
What'd be funny is the key might still work because the office might not.
That's true. So she's gonna see an empty house.
You're gonna walk into an empty place, like, ooh, and
That's embarrassing.
yeah,
Very.
normally I don't condone that type of behavior and stuff like that, but I must say, well executed, sir. Like,
I think so too.
Listen,
I say well played.
when you behave badly,
she'll
there
know
are
why you
consequences.
I'm pretty sure she'll know why. I don't think she'll be like, I wonder why he did that.
I think she's gonna be clear that she did. Like, listen. I don't condone cheating in any way, shape, or form. But I can understand cheating on the Pookie and the Ray Ray who is playing Xbox in your home that you pay for.
What are you holding on to?
I get it, but cheating on the breadwinner, I've never understood that. Girl.
That's why it's just,
I don't get that.
I know it's, look.
She probably cheated on him with the Pookie and the Ray Ray too.
It's one of the double, it's one of the areas of the double standard that men actually benefit. Is cheating looks a lot less worse on us than it does on you. Y'all don't wear cheating well. Society done kind of been trying to finesse it and make it like, oh, you're city girls and it's all good, it's all cool, and dump him and Lori Harvey and all of that stuff. But
ladies, don't listen to those. Lori Harvey has her daddy's money.
A guy with a cheater
all of that
will get a date. A girl with a labeled cheater is gonna find like only dudes that need places to stay.
And she will be needing a place to stay soon, come Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
When she comes home. And Providence, you know what's so funny?
And all her stuff is gone too. Like anything she had of value is now with Goodwill.
And she probably even expected him to pick her up from the airport, because when I come back from my trip, that's what I expect. I expect you to pick me up from the airport. So she got her little bag, she's got her carry-on and stuff, and she got her duff, and she's ready to go, and she's like, oh no.
I hope he blocked, deleted.
I know, he definitely did that.
Don't even want to, you can't even get in contact with him. That would just seal the deal on the fame.
Yeah, he probably cut off a credit card that she had. Maybe her credit card was attached to her Uber. He cut that all off. Listen.
This man is smart. I think he's a genius. And I stand in solidarity with the city boy. I'm here for it.
The city girls.
I'm here for it.
The city girls are having you ruin your relationship with your breadwinner partner. I know better because my Ubers from Miami will be attached to his card. So he's not. I'm not doing this. I'm not stupid. I can't be trying to I can't go nowhere. No. Not working, girls. Don't listen to Lori Harvey. She gonna have you on these streets.
Listen, Lori Harvey is for the streets. Don't listen to her.
And she
what this man should do is start a business. He needs to start how to get away from a cheater. He needs to start his business on how to set people up.
A coaching package.
Right? A coaching package.
He needs to hang out with that guy making the Stay Toxic videos. The guy who tells you all the stuff and then says Stay Toxic. That's a real ish right there.
I'm telling you, they put in, look, again, women set the market, men adapt to it. If the market is crappy, fix it.
Well,
good luck to them. We are always adapt.
Now, this is by far one of our funniest What in the Caucasity sections ever had. And I will probably play this video several times during this segment because I'm telling you, this man might be my hero because he said, listen, this is white privilege at its best. I'm calling this the best 911 call in the history of 911 calls.
What's your emergency? Hey man, I'm cooking something here. I was wondering how much trouble you could get in for meth. You called the police to ask how legal meth is? Well, yeah, I figured if anyone would know, it'd be you guys. Is this Darnell Bigham's at Cherrywood Road? Wait. No, Darnell's not here right now. Can I take a message? The police are on their way, Darnell. Oh, shit, nuts. I mean, yeah, that's fine. The devil's on here sent me just cooking some meth. Oh, devil, let's send it again. See you soon, Darnell. All right, I'm quick talking to you. Good talking to you. All right, see y'all, little.
Oh my gosh.
That seemed like a prank call almost. It was too fluid, but Darnell's a damn idiot regardless. I just heard the keyboard typing. Is this Darnell?
They clearly know who Darnell is in this
Like,
town.
Darnell
Clearly.
Like that lady with the, who is it, Russell with the ponytail that called 911 all the time. Like,
Listen, Darnell is known around town. He probably goes to the local bar. Like, they know, the guy knew who Darnell, he was like, Darnell, like, seriously, are you really calling to find, he said, Darnell said, listen, if anyone's going to know how much trouble I'm going to get in for cooking meth, it's going to be, listen, Darnell's logic was logicking.
no.
It was Darnell's logic.
No one in the 911 center passed the bar. No. Darnell's.
Oh my gosh. Man. What in the caucasity?
Darnell did what Darnell needed to do.
Darnell.
He could have called any law office in this town or Glen or
Darnell didn't have their number. Darnell didn't have the number of a lawyer, but he had the number for 911.
He had a phone.
Listen, clearly you didn't understand. I'm going to play Darnell again because clearly you were not feeling what Darnell was trying to do. No,
Darnell. Because I'm not high on meth either.
Listen, Darnell was cooking meth without a mask.
He was high.
He was cooking meth without, and let's just go by.
Exactly. He obviously didn't watch enough Breaking Bad. If he watched Breaking Bad, he would realize that you got to make sure you're masked up,
And
to
scrub.
cook meth.
Look, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Darnell doesn't have the fortitude to be in the meth business.
Darnell was trying to acquire information which Darnell had.
He's a little too conscientious.
Darnell.
While cooking it, he was like, let me call 911.
Let us just hear Darnell. Listen, let's understand.
What's your emergency? Hey man, I'm cooking something here. I was wondering how much trouble you could get in for meth. You called the police to ask how legal meth is? Well, yeah, I figured if anyone would know, it'd be you guys. Is this Darnell Bigham's at Cherrywood Road? No, Darnell's not here right now. Can I take a message? The police are on their way, Darnell. Oh, shit, nuts. I mean, yeah, that's fine. The devil's on here sent me just cooking some meth. Oh, devil, let's send it again. See you soon, Darnell. All right, I'm quick talking to you. Good talking to you. All right, see y'all, little.
Darnell!
He says nuts and double nuts.
Darnell, I told you he lives in a small community and he was trying to help the economy in the community. Listen, I stand with Darnell with this one. I think
Darnell is your typical country boy.
My girl, Darnell is the unsung hero.
Listen, Darnell was trying to better understand the repercussions of cooking meth without mask, and he had inhaled quite a bit of what I don't know what it is to cook meth. Listen, Darnell's got to be smart enough because he knew the ingredients for meth. Do you ladies know the ingredients to cook meth?
No.
But I have watched a lot of Breaking Bad, so like watching Breaking Bad, I mean, they don't really show the ingredients, But everyone knows that if you're gonna do it, you mask up.
You gotta mask up.
But poor Darnell, maybe he was trying a thing. Maybe he was working on a new form of meth where you didn't have to mask up, and clearly
like a pure version.
Thank you. And it
Darnell,
clearly backfired.
Darnell was not there at the moment.
Darnell's an idiot. That's the first thing. Darnell is an idiot. He's lucky he's white, because if this was any other race,
Right.
no race would do this. And every other race would be like, "Yeah, idiot, what are you doing?
I'm not
plastic rule. Mask up, Darnell."
The whole Barney Fife thing is played out.
Darnell is actually my favorite person. And I wish I had the video, because this is not part of the segment, but my other favorite person was a video Rob had shown me. And I saw him making the rounds of a man who decided that in his divorce settlement, he was going to give his wife the house, but decided the next day, you know what? She can have everything in it, except I'm going to demolish it first.
Is a neighbor recording his neighbor and his best friend tearing down the house that he just lost in the divorce? To the ground, mind you.
You must know the guy
that
sent his girlfriend stuff to the Goodwill.
Yes, that's the connection. And poor Darnell must have been on crystal meth, giving advice to the dude that wants to get his ex-wife back by calling her a lousy.
Makes sense.
All these connections.
It makes sense.
And Little Bow Wow needs to find Ray J. Like, the connections are all coming together. Tonight we're making sense, y'all.
Rob is
making sense.
Listen, Rob made some point. He said men are simply adapting to the world that women have created.
True.
Agreed.
Doing a $3.8 billion.
And it sucks.
That much, guys. Like,
it sucks.
And lady, we have done this to ourselves.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, I remember when, probably when we were all in our 20s, when it started coming out, chivalry is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, it's dead because you started looking at men weird when they would open and hold the door for you.
I can hold the door myself.
I can hold myself. I'm like, you're the one that taught them that.
Now
chivalry is dead because of you.
Now women are proposing to men,
and talking about paying for dates, and offering to go Dutch, and again having just tons and tons and tons and tons of babies without requiring marriage. But the best part for me is you have the babies, and then you break up with him because he's not marrying you after the babies. Make it make sense.
I wish I could, but I can't.
I mean, if he wasn't going to marry you before the baby, why would he marry you after?
Why would he marry you 6 kids later? Why?
Now, again, that's why them crazy people we know as the ancients said marry before you carry. I think they understood, even on a little, can you just imagine a little tiny village where the women were just running around sleeping with everybody? How confusing that would get, how quickly.
Yes.
It's not that women are not, y'all are half of society, but it's part of the double standard. We are the ones that think below the belt, not y'all. Y'all are not supposed to behave like that. And when you have just, again, where did Netflix and chill come from?
That's true. Where did Netflix?
Yeah, where did?
So, again, if I don't gotta open it, all I gotta do is come over and sit on that couch and watch a movie to get that booty. Then, yeah, remember, men ain't gonna go past what they did to get it. So yeah, you spit out 4 kids, he's just gonna write you a check at that point, but he's not marrying you because whatever it is, he didn't want to marry you when you had no kids.
Right.
Did not change.
And that's the part that killed me.
Right? Yeah, that's what
bothers
me.
That's the part that
right
bothered us when we found out she actually had an older kid. So she
Yeah.
has an older child that Cam, I guess, adopted or whatever happened or takes as his
Right.
own. So she has an older kid. So she came in with 1 kid and left with 5.
So that just feels like.
And I think she was married to that child's father. And I think she's actually got a divorce. So she came in with the idea of wanting marriage, but decided that the lifestyle, let's be clear, she decided the lifestyle was more important than the marriage.
Yeah, because that first kid, the oldest kid, is going to be like, you never left me anyways, Mom. Like, I can tell you that's the writing on the, yeah. So that's messy, yo. Like,
it is messy.
That
it's
kid
messy.
is so outnumbered by the new in children.
Yep.
That like, oh man, it's not like 2 to 1.
No, 4 to 1.
4 to 1.
She's having a hard time because she. Oh yeah, I didn't realize that. Like,
so now she's left with 5. She came into a relationship with 1 and left that relationship with 5 and still didn't get married. And
it's a rough situation.
Well, what's her
rough.
name? The gospel lady with the 12 kids that just got married.
Kiki Wyatt.
Hey, and just her and Sierra is gonna keep women hoping on that 1%.
And moving on. So we are gonna do our second segment. And I will give it because Kiki Wyatt's been married like 3 times.
Hey man, she also has royalty.
She got a whole choir.
But Kiki Wyatt has got ish going on. Like
royalty money.
Thank you. Kiki Wyatt is killing it. Like she's
a good provider.
Thank you. She's a Robert. Anyhow, let's do our second segment of Robbie's 3 times. Starting with the king is back and Robbie.
So she could be a good provider. So I guarantee you, whoever sent Michael Jackson money should probably delete themselves with him, because that's beyond stupid. That is next level. That's like, I would even took DMX, because you might have got some money from What's Her Face, you know what I'm saying? Because she just figured that one out, you know. But Michael Jackson, he ain't been big for us.
13 years.
Michael Jackson died before Instagram. So how does he have an Instagram? He just popped out of the grave and like, oh, what's this? App Store. Let me just start downloading stuff.
I can't.
Come
That
on.
is actually facts. We only had Facebook. Oh my, and MySpace. We had Facebook and MySpace in 2009 when Michael died.
Oh, no.
Michael Jackson couldn't even drive a car, y'all. So why are we out here thinking he opened up an Instagram?
Maybe he learned. Maybe he learned over the 13 years. 13 years, we gotta learn to use these new apps. What was the new TikTok? It's coming. Listen, Drake is on the ball.
Then we got Cam Houdini. That's the guy who's telling the story.
Yes.
So, who was better than Houdini? Because that's what old boy is. He pulled, damn, now you see me, now you don't. And that's again so petty. I know women are so salty and sick in the face at that story, because fellas read that and it was like, oh, that's better than making these stupid TikTok videos confronting the other dude, risking my life and all this other crazy stuff. That's a much better option, actually.
Much better.
And option
Yup.
come through Darnell.
Darnell.
Everything right and wrong with America, all mixed up. One, he is how our education failed, but our capitalistic system continues to win, because you can always cook up meth and make a few extra dollars. You know, this is America. We are in it and for the bag. And I think he needs to choose a new industry, because he's obviously doesn't have the fortitude of a criminal, because he hasn't even completed breaking the law and he's worried about the punishment and getting caught. So whatever his thought process is, the logic isn't logicking on why this is going to be a good deal for you. Just stop it. Just stop it. Smoke what you got and leave it alone.
Thank you, Bobby 3 times and Telly. When you can't talk to people there.
Girl, my jaw's hurting.
Crazy, man. Like, this was a crazy show.
My cheeks are hurting from laughing so much. Oh my God, this show is so bomb. Okay, y'all, thank you so much for watching and for listening. We are here every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Right here, we go live on Wednesdays at 9:30. Make sure you come on in, tune in, watch us, share them, spread the word. And if you have any requests, you got some juice on somebody or some cool stuff you want to talk about, DM us. We don't bite all the time, so go ahead and slide into our DMs and give us some juice, give us some tea. Also, we have a Facebook page. We're on YouTube. Find us on there under the same name, Not Your Typical Girl Talk. And if you want to listen to all of our, we got a lot of episodes. Oh, yeah, because we're blessed like that. We just have blessings falling upon all four of us all the time. If you want that same blessing, you're going to, first of all, want to thank Radio Regent. You're going to go to iHeartRadio.com, find Radio Regent, search for our name, Not Your Typical Girl Talk, and you will find us there. And you will be listening to, I say it every week, award-winning content. CNN ain't got nothing. ABC News, NBC News, the Today Show, my backside. They ain't got nothing on us. We are the real thing. We're so real that even we can't believe we're this real. And we are the real. We're better than the real. We're still here, first of all. So you know what to do. You're going to find us on Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Big thank you to them. We got Persia and Telly. We got Queen Sheba. We got Robbie 1, 2,